Hi, I'm Mark, and this is my journey through tarot. Come on. So the next series of videos are going to touch on royals and popular figures, and then some political statements from around the world. We've got two viewers, thank you very much. At Ileana7157, about 4 days ago, asked about several royals around the world, past and present, and well, no, all past as a matter of fact. And then at Toby Lynn Robbins 6683, thank you so much, Toby Lynn, for all your support. I really do appreciate it. But she had lots of good ideas for some videos, so I'll try to work some of this stuff in over the next few days. Right now, we're going to focus on at Ileana7157, and we're going to talk about Princess Diana. So that's a story that's ripe for investigation. I hope you like the video. If you like the video, please do like the video, and if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And thank you very much for watching. Well, this video should be very interesting. So at Ileana7157 had several questions. I'm going to address one of them, Princess Diana. She's been gone for a while. You have to feel like she's had some effect on her family still. And so that's what we'll talk about. All the turmoil with Harry, and it almost feels like William has abandoned his mother's legacy, but is that fair to even say? Probably not, but we'll just deal with Diana right now. You know, one of the funny things is when Harry and Meghan first moved to the U.S., after having gone to Canada first, they stayed in a mansion owned by a famous actor, Tyler Perry, and temporarily until they could get situated in the U.S., and he also provided them security service. But what's interesting is that when they brought their kids into the mansion, in the entrance foyer, apparently there was a big painting of the goddess Diana, and their son Archie was just drawn to it, and so they always felt like that was some sort of a sign that that was the right place for them to be at that time. So Princess Diana, is she having some effect on what's going on with those kids? I can't imagine that she'd have anything to do with what's happening royally other than what's going on with her kids. But before we do any of that, let's have just a moment of meditation. Princess Diana having any effect on us right now? These cards, the Visconti tarots, are very good. They are, as it says on the box, an extraordinary example of Renaissance art. So this is actually some examples of art and how art may have been depicted in Renaissance times. And at the end of the video, I always talk about the cards I'm using, so you can find out more about this pack. I love to use them, though. They're really easy to deal with. Princess Diana. Princess Diana. Are you influencing what's going on anywhere right now? One. Let's get 3 cards just to get us going in some sort of a direction. Princess Diana, are you influencing anything on this earthly plane? Well, this is the World card. And the World card is the finish of a cycle, and it's almost a glorious celebration. So here it's very interesting that you have these 2 cherubs holding up the world, the kingdom. Could these be Harry and William? And could this be England, Great Britain, and all of its glory? So Diana, are you having an effect? And the first card that comes up is this one. Next card that comes up is the King of Swords. King, and truth, swords are truth, justice, rules, and law. This is the King of Swords. Is she having an influence on William? And the last card to come up here is Justice. Okay, so these are the scales of justice. Yeah, she is still involved in her son's lives. And you know what takes some time to occur or to ripen or to fester even in our lifetime is just a drop in the bucket if you're not of this world anymore. So what we might think takes a lifetime to get resolved can just be the natural, patient period of time that one has to wait for these kind of situations to resolve. But it looks like, yes, she is in fact, I didn't think she would have an effect on the monarchy, on Great Britain, but it shows her sons together holding up the world. It shows that in fact, yeah, she's still guiding something. Is she more involved with William or Harry, or equally? Let's do 4 cards, 2 for William, 2 for Harry. So this is going to be 1, 2 for William, 1, 2 for Harry. Which son are you more involved with? Okay. For William, wow. So this is the 10 of Pentacles. She is well, and this is happy family. 10 of Pentacles is happy family. So she is well and truly involved in the value, because we don't have to think about the wealth of royals, but she's well and truly involved in the value of William's family, whether that means in the value to the world, to the monarchy, to themselves as a family. I tend to think it means she's helping for themselves as a family. And the next card up for William, look at this, the 9 of rods. And the rods are actions, plans, forward movement. There's a lot going on for him. The 9 of rods can sometimes feel like kind of being outside of the border, just outside the border of what's going on, and that's where William's standing. He's standing on the edge of what will be the greatest contribution he will make in his life, being eventually the monarch. So yeah, she's guiding him. She's there. Harry. Okay, so in Harry we get the 2 of Swords. Remember, swords are truth, justice, rules, and law. The 2 of Swords is really having to make a choice. You know, you're going to have to take truth or justice or rules or law. You're going to have to make a choice about what's going to guide your happiness, your future. Diana is there at his shoulder. And the next card up is then the Judgment card. The Judgment card. So, yeah, she's there to hopefully help him maneuver, because I feel like this is an eternal judgment that will be part of his life's legacy, depending on how this washes out. And so that's very interesting. The Judgment card. So yeah, she's involved with the family happiness and maneuvering of William into his next incarnation on this earth. And then for Harry, it's making a choice and standing by justice. Interesting. Princess Diana. I couldn't imagine that Diana has anything whatsoever to do with her ex-husband or Camilla, you know, in the afterlife. She wouldn't have any purpose to be involved with them. Is Princess Diana making any sort of an influence in a global sense, almost like a saint? You know what I mean? Is she having an influence on how things are happening on this plane in the world? Let's do 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Princess Diana, what you been up to? You've been busy. The signifier card for Princess Diana on a global scale. So the 6 of Pentacles is value, of course. The 6 of Pentacles is doling out the value. It's typically described as a someone in the street with the satchel of money, and they're doling out to the beggars in the street, really. And so, yeah, she's having the signifier of this reading for whether she's having a global influence is this doling out of money, of value. The challenge to it, though, is this Knight of Wands. So wands are actions, plans, forward movement. The knight is the one who's going to fight for those rights. That's what the knight does. So actions, plans, forward movement is the struggle that she is backing, that fight behind the value for the poor. The basis of all of that then, with this 8 of Wands, is just, again, actions, plans, forward movement. This is everything, so many things happening. There's so much that needs attention. And that's the basis of this, that there's so much that, in this world that needs help. The past of this then is the Two of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles in the past was having to balance your value. But that's in the past. That's when she was of this earth. You know, she had to balance her real self, her earthly self, with the goodness that she could do in the world, and she did. And I'm not saying that she didn't play some of those moves to enhance her image, but whatever happened, that's in the past. That's over with. And in the sky of this reading, with the Five of Cups, the Five of Cups is interesting because it's typically cups are passion, heartfelt situations, and the Five of Cups usually speaks to. Let me get a drink of water. I just had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and it was good, but it's a little stuck. Five of Cups speaks to some of your cups may be turned over and have lost some of their content, some of their passion, some of their emotions, some of their purpose, but there's other ones there to carry you on, and that's what's in the sky, is that there's always hope. And the final outcome for Princess Diana and her influence in the world today is the Sun card. Beautiful major arcana card, and this is shining a light on what needs light shown onto it. So yes, she is clearly making a bigger difference in this world than just dealing with her kids. Very fascinating. So I hope you liked those readings. That was a quickie, I guess, on Princess Diana. Thank you, Ileana for that suggestion. Hey, I'm going to show you the cards now. Hang on a minute. So this is the Visconti Tarot. These are extraordinary examples of Renaissance art. So this is a beautiful deck, by the way. Now the packaging it comes in is just your typical little cardboard box that cards come in. And it's got some nice examples of the art around the box. The gold foil really sets it off. That's the Magician card. Inside, and it's simply called Visconti Tarot. This is a low Scarabeo brand. The instruction book that comes with this and the box itself, it's nothing to write home about. It's just a nice, it's a better version of some of the boxes that you have. The instruction booklet is your typical little paper instruction booklet. It gives you good solid divinations for all of the cards in here. In the beginning, it tells you a little bit about the journey of this card and artistic notes having to do with the images that you're going to see there. And so it's a solid little book, and it's in several different languages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different languages in this little book. So there you go. And then the cards themselves, so they're a nice weight. They're the lamination on them makes them easy to use. There's no surprises, and just to look at them, I mean, look at how this, I hope this comes through on the camera as beautiful as they are in person, because I always love working with these cards, and I guess it is the gold foil that makes them so special. But where there's artwork, it's pretty amazing also. So I always like to deal the cards out like this because, as you'll always hear me say when I was just viewing videos before I was reading tarot on YouTube, I always wanted to see more of the cards that a tarot reader was using, and this way maybe you can. I get nothing, I'm not paid for this, I just like to show you what the cards are that I use because that's what I liked to see when I was just viewing the videos. So this is the Visconti Tarot's Extraordinary Examples of Renaissance Art, and they're fantastic.